Oseo.
Oseo.
Here is the good road they made for me to walk. Here's the difficult road they made for me to walk. Where the two cross over the pure land, Elohi, this red earth. We all live in a Saha world. Saha is an Indian word translated to mean able to endure. With that, I can answer Coyote's command. Name that primal gift. Saha. It's a name that implies that we are capable of enduring all the suffering in this Saha world. And since this world, this life in this world, has much distress, and yet living beings are able to live within it as if they're not really immersed in difficulty and feel quite all right about it. This Saha world, the noble truth of suffering and its cessation, has many names. If you can recognize suffering, then you can cultivate. I'm reading from the Sutra, the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Flower Adornment Sutra, on this theme, the cessation of suffering. All you disciples of the Buddha, all you great bodhisattvas amongst bodhisattvas, in this Saha world, the noble truth of the cessation of suffering is known by many names. Perhaps it is called non-contention. That is, it is without fighting or strife. Perhaps it is called leaving dust. One separates far from the wearisome dust of this world. Some call it quiescence. To be apart from vexation is stillness, and to cut off all agony and disasters is quiescence. Others call it markless. That is the state where one sweeps away all dharmas and is separate from all marks. Perhaps it is called without demise. One never falls or suffers ruin. Without demise is how it is addressed somewhere. Some call it without self-nature. All dharmas are without a self-nature. Others call it freedom from impediments. Once everything is gone, you will have no afflictions and be free of all impediments. Perhaps it is called cessation, the extinction of all afflictions. Perhaps it is called true and actual substance. Some called it the state where one reaches the fundamental source of true reality. Perhaps it is called abiding in the inherent nature. Others call it the cessation of suffering, where one dwells in one's own inherent nature. Disciples of the Buddha in this Saha world, the noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering is perhaps called the one vehicle. Some call this path one vehicle, or the Dharma of one vehicle. There is no other vehicle, says the Lotus Sutra, but the Buddha vehicle. There is no other way to cultivate but the Buddha's way. Perhaps it is called tending towards stillness. One tends towards the state of still tranquility. Perhaps called guiding. People in some countries called it leading and guiding the truth that leads living beings to the Buddha lands. Just a note, suffering is the English word that's being translated from the Indian word, the hookup, which literally is wrong running. It's from a metaphor of the bent axle on a wagon. The cessation of suffering is the hookup nirodha. So this is the principle and core teaching of the Buddha, which he revealed at Deer Park. More later.